individuals and businesses with financial success. Special thanks to Dr. Daftari and the team at Art of Modern Dentistry. Cellular Intelligence. Goldfish Swim Schools of Chicagoland. Deluxe Cleaning Services. Iga Salon and Spa. Chicago Andrea Creative. And Export Fitness. CEOs can come into power at any age. In fact, it's been said that little girls with a dream can become women with a big mission. Let's meet this year's class of Women Entrepreneurs, Junior Edition. You're watching The Whitney Reynolds Show.
So, I'm only 9 years old, but I still know some stuff about life. Okay, people, enjoy this day. This day. Today. Not next week or next month. We don't know the future. Those days may not even happen. But today is happening. It's right now. It's this moment. Right now, you are alive and you are breathing and you can do anything. Remember that everyone messes up. If someone does something bad to you, forgive them. If you do something bad, forgive yourself. Just brush them haters off. Don't ever let anyone make you feel small or like they are better than you are. Everyone has been hurt. Everyone has been sick. Everyone has been so sad that they didn't think their heart would ever stop breaking. No matter what color skin you have, or what you believe in, or who you love, on the inside, we're all just alike. So be kind to each other.
Now those are some powerful words from 9-year-old Emmy, or as she likes to go by, Big-Eyed Pooh. I caught up with this wise vlogger, and here's what she had to say about being a mini entrepreneur. So I'm here with Big-Eyed Pooh, the video we just watched. Now, you're actually from my hometown, and we're here. So tell me, what is entrepreneurship to you?
To work really hard to pursue your dream.
And what is your dream?
It's to make the world a happier place.
How are you true to yourself?
To be true to yourself, you just be yourself, because you don't want people to like you. You don't want people to like who you're pretending to be. You want people to like who you are.
Well, look out, world, because we have some big inspiration coming to you from Oklahoma. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for letting me.
Our next junior entrepreneur started their business in high school. After hearing shocking stats about sexual assault on college campuses, they knew they must take action for their futures, and even got $22,000 in funding to develop this life-saving product. Did I mention they were 16? Let's welcome out Gwen and Janelle. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So you both developed this product that is literally changing the world when it comes to potential sexual assault. So tell us about your spray.
Yes, so Safe and Sound Spray, it's a pepper spray with UV blue dye and a loud safety alarm sound, all in one compact, convenient thing, as you can see. And it even has a keychain clip, which is very nice to clip onto a lanyard.
Oh, a lanyard. So
Yes.
it's Safe and Sound Spray. So
Yes.
let's talk about this, because you developed it when you were 16 years old.
Yes.
I keep thinking back to when I was 16 and I'm like, ooh, I was not developing
Yeah.
a life-changing product.
Sure.
So how did you come up with this idea?
Yeah, so we were in a business incubator class at Forest High School. So we had a problem and we had to come up with a solution for it.
And did they give you the problem?
No, so we had to find a problem around the world. So for us, what was most prevalent was sexual assault on college campuses, because that was our next step in lives. And so we were researching this and we were going on college tours and all of these things. And honestly, it left us like scared to take our next step in lives because of how much it was occurring on college campuses.
That's interesting. And this was what year? This was
our junior year, so we were 16 years old.
so, and that was like 2014-ish? 15?
Yeah.
So 2015, and that's even before all this Me Too movement stuff really hit the height.
Yeah.
But you saw the problem then. Like you said, okay, I see this issue. So you presented this problem and then you had to find a solution.
Yeah.
What other products kind of ran through your mind whenever you were thinking about the solution for this type of issue?
So many.
Yes, so many. So the biggest one was we wanted to do some type of GPS. So it was also for sexual assaults, but it was like so they could track your location. So if you're walking alone at night, you wouldn't be as frightened. But we realized that one is incredibly hard, like all that technology. And this is much more simple, and this is much more what we...
Well, and in a way, this is what I found very interesting about your product, is that the blue dye, like that's something that I have not heard of, because you think when someone could attack you, you're negotiating a lot. And just to spray them is one thing, but then to have the alarm is like, hello, now everyone knows where I'm at. But that blue dye, how long does it stay on them?
The blue dye stays on for 48 hours.
For 48 hours. Yeah. And that is really the key to potentially catching them.
Exactly,
Really It's crucial for law enforcement.
So whenever you were in high school and you developed this product, when did you have that moment of like, we might actually have something here?
Oh, that was crazy. So we were in a business incubator class. So the whole class is just how to start a business. And every week we focus on something different. So like the marketing, financials, all that. And then at the end, there was a pitch night, so just like Shark Tank. And that was, I feel like, that was when we realized. That,
and when you say a pitch night, was it in front of your parents? Or was it?
No.
Okay.
This was in front of 10 future investors from all over
And this
Chicago
is like a
area.
real thing where they would potentially invest in your company.
Yeah.
Yep. And there's like a live audience and everything, and you give this 10-minute pitch. Yeah. Very nerve-wracking. We literally stayed up straight for like 2 weeks working on the pitch. Didn't do anything else. But it was very, very exciting.
Did you win right there on the spot, or did they say,
we did.
And then what? So you won right there on the spot.
Yeah.
And that gave you some funding.
Yes.
So that's whenever you actually were able to develop it?
Yes, exactly.
So going into pitch night, we had a prototype just like this, but it was much more,
basic.
So we had that to show to our future investors. And then we were awarded $22,000 on the spot, which was incredible.
That is
such
an
amazing time.
Amazing opportunity for two high schoolers. And then to think what you're doing now with it has kind of shaped your future.
Yeah.
So you've gone into entrepreneurship in school. You're majoring there and you're doing finance. So with that, do you see this product going to the next level?
I really do. I think there's a lot of markets for us. And then we're also looking into other channels that we can introduce this product into.
One of the things I think is amazing about our women entrepreneurs this year is we're calling them like the mini versions, like the young entrepreneurs. And what I love about this is that you both, like, you're confident in your product, but you're also like big-eyed in the fact of where it could go. And all this is first time. I mean, have you heard stories like yours out there very often of people that just came up with an idea and got it out there?
I have not. The biggest thing is like all the experiences that we've really gotten from it. Like I would never in a million years ever think we'd be in San Jose, California pitching to QVC and Zulily. Like that, I don't know. That was just never.
So how did that even happen? Did someone just call you and say, hello, we want you to come out?
We were invited to the Women's Watermark conference in San Jose, California. And we went there in February and we did this amazing presentation to this group of investors while Amal Clooney and everyone was in the other room giving a presentation to 5,000 other women.
And what was that? That presentation was on the Me Too.
It was on the Me Too movement.
So that's even more parallel, which is crazy because here Me Too a few years ago was not anything that we all knew about. I mean, we knew sexual assault was out there, but it's hit a new level. And to think that your product was rising right around the same time.
Yeah, it's
and
a perfect timing.
It really is a perfect timing for us.
So college campus-wise, you both are on college campuses now. How do you take your spray with you and do you give it to your girlfriends?
I do. I carry my spray with me wherever I go because I live off campus, so I have a really far way to walk. And I just get scared at night, you know, you're walking to your car alone or you're walking to your apartment alone, and it's a nice thing to have on you. And I know I trust this product 110% with my life, so I carry it wherever I go.
Yeah, and with that, do you think college campuses should start implementing this, like maybe at welcome weeks and stuff like that?
Yeah, we've actually had a few conversations about that with our investors. So we're going to try to approach some college campuses to get it in freshman orientation week.
Yeah, it's an interesting, I mean, it's a mind shift of thinking about playing offense versus defense.
Yeah.
And in a way, if you have this on you, you are one step ahead.
Yeah,
there.
exactly, definitely.
So what do you see in the future for you?
So very exciting things.
Yeah.
We are just working on getting our production of version 2, so that was exciting.
Are we going to see anything different with version 2?
Yes, so version 2 has a louder alarm, and then it has the blue dye. So this is actually, and then it's also a red case. As before it was black, so it's easy to find in your purse.
This is a prototype.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Yeah.
we're getting a first look.
Yes, exactly.
prototype.
Yeah, it's very exciting.
And then people can get this product on your website for now, but like you said, you hope to grow and be on all different type of platforms.
Exactly. Right now, that's our primary way of selling is through a website, but we also do group events and we do, you know, little things here and there, little pop-up stores.
Well, that is awesome. Anything else you want to leave our viewers with, in case like any age viewer that it wants to get into entrepreneurship? What have you learned?
What have we learned?
So much. Oh my gosh. The biggest thing I would say is like even if it's an idea that you think is like dumb, it's not going to go anywhere, just try it. Like just go for it.
Yeah.
Just try to make something come of it, because like you never know. Honestly, I never ever thought I would be where I am today.
I mean, we were the underdogs of the whole competition, like through when we got funded, and no one thought that we would get funded. Like no one had any confidence in us, and we were so confident in our product and everything. We pitched our hearts out, and we finally got it.
Oh,
and
that
it was
is
amazing.
awesome.
Yeah.
So believe in yourself.
Exactly.
Believe in yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that is awesome. Well, thank you both so much for coming on.
Yeah,
Thank you so
thank
much
you for having us.
This is a great opportunity.
We were on the red carpet with actress Malin Ackerman at her Michigan Avenue magazine party and asked her about her journey to stardom that started at a young age. Let's take a look.
So tonight, for the little girls watching, I was reading that you started your career actually at a young age, then you stepped away, and then you came back. What do you feel like it was your young modeling career that got you to where you are now?
Oh, you know, I think there's always so many factors that come into play, you know, when you think about how you get somewhere. Of course, it planted the seed, just doing modeling and TV commercials as a kid. It wasn't that often. It was maybe 2 a year or something like that. So I was in school and I had the socializing that school gives you. But I think there was a point where, you know, we moved away from Toronto, the big city that we were living in, and moved to a small town, and there wasn't really any opportunity there. And I think it was a joint decision of mine and my mom's, and we're just like, let's just give it a break. It wasn't really my passion in what I thought I was going to be or do. So
Well, that leads me to my next question. When did you step into this fullness? Because all the little girls watching, I want them to know that they can be you, or they, you know.
Absolutely. You know, I think if you have a dream to become, you know, an actress or a model or what it is, you know, any dream really, you should believe in that, and you should dream on, and you should try your best. I mean, the thing is that the work goes in, and then when the opportunity comes, you're ready. So I think that's a really important thing to remember is if you want to do acting, do the work. Take the classes, you know, start young. If you enjoy it, great, continue. If it's not something that's enjoyable, don't do it.
Right.
Because it's such a tough business that I just feel like it has to be a big passion and have a great team, a good group of friends who support. That's a really important thing.
I love that. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And that brings us to this week's Viewer's Voice question. What dreams did you have as a kid, and are you working on bringing them to fruition in your adult life?
I of course always wanted to be, an actor or a singer or famous and those things. But really, what I always dreamt of when I was young is, just being this kind of fabulous person that lived without rules and be able to dress and just be who I always wanted to be. So every single day, I try to live without fear. I try to live without regret. And I dress how I want to dress. I do what I want to do. And I just find that living an honest lifestyle, honest to what I envisioned in my life, just makes me get a little bit closer to that dream every single day.
When I was a little kid, I actually wanted to be an architect. I was really into drawing sketches and stuff like that, and I thought the idea of designing buildings was very cool. And now I do training and filmmaking, which I draw together because I still get to create something big. It's just able to be seen by a lot more people than a piece of architecture that is only going to be in one city. This is something that can go anywhere and everywhere. So I think that's kind of cool.
Get social with us. Make your voice heard. Submit your video on WhitneyReynolds.com.
Our next guest beats to her own drum. Ashley Singh, a teenage singing star, saw firsthand how music helps the brain and development. Her hope in founding her music foundation is that kids in Chicago public schools and in all neighborhoods have the same opportunities. Welcome to the show, Ashley.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
I must point out, your last name is Singh, and you are a singing sensation. And you didn't change your name.
Not at all.
No,
not at all.
You were just born that way.
Exactly.
So tell us about the foundation you started.
So basically it's called AMP Chicago, which stands for Ashley's Music Foundation. And so we help implement music programs in schools that either don't have the support or funding to. And our goal is to just spread the passion of music and music education.
So you have connected that music helps brain development.
Exactly, yes.
How did you get those two going together?
So basically, I was reading a couple articles just about the healthy and mental benefits of music education, and it's actually one of the very few activities that integrates the left and right side of the brain. And so I feel like it's vital to a child's development and growth.
Okay, and so you are actually going into these schools.
Exactly, yes.
So, and you're 17?
17 years old, that is correct.
How does that happen?
So obviously music has played a huge role in my life since I was 5 years old. And so it was the summer of 2016. I was sitting on my couch doing some homework, going through an article, and I come across this statistic that says 1 in 6 parents confirm that their child has not received music education at all. And this really came as a shocker to me. It came across so surprising to me because I've been learning music since I was 5 years old, for 12 years now. And so I wanted to do something about it. And so I came across this CEO of a nonprofit organization called State of Emergicity. And so she implements these leadership programs in the CPS system. And so I kind of pitched the idea saying, hey, how about we do this music program along with the leadership program? And so that's kind of how it got going.
Are the students in these schools, are they typical students or are they at risk? Are they?
They're definitely different from your typical high school because these students have either been expelled from previous high schools, they've overgrown, and it's kind of their last opportunity to get a traditional high school diploma. So their circumstances are definitely very difficult, which makes it a little more difficult as we implement these music programs because their attendance in schools and stuff like that isn't as consistent as a typical or regular high school student. And so through music, we want to kind of guide them to a lifestyle with more passion, more happiness. Yeah.
But so that's interesting because I'm wondering how you actually get them there. Because do they take you serious when you walk in?
In the beginning, that was one of the biggest obstacles. They didn't because they didn't even attend school. So they were like, what are we going to do at this, choir program,
Right.
And so basically they have 2 hours during lunch. They have 1 hour for lunch and 1 hour for the leadership program. And so now it's kind of been cut down where they have music education too. And it's hard because obviously it's not a class for them. So they have to kind of cut down on the time they have to socialize, mingle, eat in order to attend the leadership and music programs. And this is why for the future years, we want choir to become a class. So that it's like they can get a grade for it, they can get credit for it, and it's an actual class at their school.
And once you actually break through and they do start taking you serious,
yes.
when do you see the correlation kick in with brain activity and music making a difference in their life?
So, well, actually, it was surprising because we saw the students who were involved in the choir program, their attendance rates were going up. Their grades were getting better, not drastically, not like, a C- student and A average, but we definitely saw that they were having more dedication in what they're doing. And we could see they were becoming more aligned with, your typical high school students. So it was amazing to see that.
So today's show is Women Entrepreneurs, and this foundation definitely has been an entrepreneurial journey for you.
Right, for sure.
And at the age of 17.
Yes.
What is your biggest advice for people wanting to maybe start a nonprofit?
I would have to say the biggest obstacle and biggest critiques that I got back was the fact that there are already music foundations. So obviously whenever you want to start a nonprofit organization, there's probably going to be one that already exists, which is why you have to really think and understand what difference are you trying to make that these others nonprofits aren't doing.
Like filling
what is the
gap.
change? Exactly. What is that niche that your nonprofit has that you can, bring about change? So that's definitely one of the biggest advices I'd give. And obviously don't let other bigger and better foundations bring you down. It's about whatever your goal is, stick to that and kind of have that passion to pursue it.
And you say don't let other foundations bring you down. Have you seen that? Because I mean,
have.
in my mind, I would think all nonprofits are for each other.
Exactly. But some people are just like, well, our foundation is already doing this. What is the need of you doing this? We're already covering it. I'm like, if a nonprofit organization is actually working, all students would have the access to music education. Do you know what I'm saying? Clearly your foundation is doing great, but we need more help. We need more support in order for this goal to really be achieved. And so I'm in support of all the other music foundations because in the end, we all have one goal that we're trying to achieve.
Well, and that's one of the mottos I've always loved is there's enough pie for everyone.
Exactly.
But they might not want that slice and you're filling the gap.
Exactly.
So you're getting in there too.
Very true.
Oh my goodness. Well, that is great advice because I think that's something honest that we don't always hear.
Yeah.
So what's going on coming up with your foundation?
Yes.
Do you want to be in more schools? Do you want to reach what's the goal?
Yeah. So right now we're in the Excel Academy of Inglewood, and that's part of the Camelot education. So our goal right now is to kind of spread to more CPS schools. Actually, it's kind of interesting because initially I wanted to go to India and help implement music education and programs in India for Indian classical music. But when I was talking to people about it, they were like, Ashley, you have schools and students facing those same obstacles just 40 miles away from you. And so that's why I kind of wanted to focus on Chicago right now. And right now we're doing choir, but as we get more money and funding, supporting us, I want to bring in band and orchestra too, because those are also two vital elements of music. There's so much that goes into it, but choir is kind of the easiest way. It provides the benefits, but obviously an instrument can serve to be beneficial too.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
And speaking of India, you won top 10 in essentially the big singing competition over there that's on TV.
Yes. It was,
and so, so you go back to India, you're trained in music.
Indian classical music,
Indian
exactly.
classical music.
Yeah.
And when you go into these schools, are you singing Indian classical music or are you singing?
Usually. And it's actually surprising because when I do visit India and talk to students there, they know all the top 40 Billboard music that we listen to here. They're like, I love Cheap Thrills, I love Sia, all this stuff. So it's interesting to see how they're also exposed to different kinds of music as well.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah, thank you.
As we witnessed today, you can start paving your dream roadway at any age. Remember, you're never too young or too old to step into your mission. For more information on today's show, visit whitneyreynolds.com.
Go beyond the interview with Whitney Reynolds in her 52-week guide of inspiration. The book goes deeper with the stories you see on The Whitney Reynolds Show. To order your copy for $12.95 plus shipping and handling, go to whitneyreynolds.com/store and use code PBS.
The Whitney Reynolds Show is supported by the Illinois chapter of the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, whose mission is to save lives and bring hope to those affected by suicide. Children's Learning Place, excellence in early childhood education since 1998. Evolve Her, a collaborative workspace for women. Kevin Kelly with Jameson Sotheby's International Realty. Luxury is an experience, not a price point. The J. Parker, a Chicago rooftop restaurant at the Hotel Lincoln. And Hollis Plyman & Company, a Jacksonville CPA firm assisting individuals and businesses with financial success. Special thanks to Dr. Daftari and the team at Art of Modern Dentistry. Cellular Intelligence. Goldfish Swim Schools of Chicagoland. Deluxe Cleaning Services. Iga Salon and Spa. Chicago Andrea Creative. And Export Fitness.